I want to also, you brought up AJ Styles. What do you think of the idea that AJ and Shane McMahon is going to be the WrestleMania match? Because I think that and the reason why the AJ Shawn match was looked at as such a dream match is because there's a lot of similarities between you guys. And I think that right now, a lot of people would say that AJ is one of, if not the most talented guy on the roster, the same way they would say that about you, a few years back. So like, I guess I don't know if you want to tell me what you think about the AJ Shane pairing, or how would you feel if you were in AJ's position?
Well, I would actually do my best to have the best match I could, which I'm sure he's going to do. Look, I mean, I don't know if that's the match. I know that it was tough for them. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm breaking something with you, and I don't even know if I should. But look, I mean, I could have had that match. They did not have an opponent for AJ at WrestleMania, but it just isn't. It's just not something. I for every because I had addressed that I hadn't been asked because I hadn't. But then I was. It was just something that we don't have anybody to work with. It's and everybody'd like to see you guys. Are you interested? And I just said, look, I mean, I just I wish that young man was here 10 years ago, man. I honestly do. He's I think he's very talented, but I don't know. I think him and Shane will have a pretty decent match. I've only seen him one time. That was the match with John. I mean, he's very, my goodness, he's unbelievably talented, and look, that's what talent does, and is go out there, and have great matches with people that think they can't have great matches with, and I think I think it's good. I mean, even though I know, wrestling fans want, sort of what they want, and we need to do our best, WWE, to try to give that to them. At the same time, as a performer, I think it's good to be challenged. I really do. I think it's good to have people make you have to be better than you might be. And I think if you get again, Vince was not the most talented guy. I mean, I'd take Shane over Vince any day of the week, man. Shane, Shane can do a lot of stuff, and he is open and willing to do anything. And I think for the most part, make you have to be better than you might be. And I think if you get again, Vince was not the most talented guy. I mean, I'd take Shane over Vince any day of the week, man. Shane, Shane can do a lot of stuff, and he is open and willing to do anything. And I think for the most part, he can do it. I mean, I had really good matches, I think, with Shane. But I even had a really good match with Vince. But he'll be the first one to tell you that I'm limited at best. But gosh, but the thing is, the great thing about them is that they are, they're McMahons, and you can, it's such a strong character. And to be perfectly honest, physically, AJ can do anything. But gosh, to me, the most enjoyment out of the job is mixing, some of the physical stuff that you can do, but then mix it, learn how to tell stories, and that psychology, and making something mean more than it would without having to cut a 1.5 or whatever it's called, 460 or 950 or whatever the heck they're calling it these days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not again to be critical of anyone, but the key is again to be able to tell a unbelievable story and create a memorable historic moment. And you can do that, I think, with anybody, especially at WrestleMania. I mean, the table is set for things like that at WrestleMania, and it's up to the performers to go out there and take advantage of it.
Well, Shawn, you know I love talking to you, and you want to talk about telling incredible stories. I would recommend anybody who's going to be in Orlando WrestleMania weekend, check out the Click event on Saturday. It's you, it's X-Pac, it's Kevin Nash, it's Scott Hall. Where can people get tickets and all that information?
Yeah, it's at one night, showclicks.com. It's CLIX, CLIX.com. One night only with the Click, and that's the cool thing. I mean, we got different levels and stuff like that. We're doing a number of different things, going for a limo ride with certain folks, Q&A for certain folks, photos and meet and greets and stuff like that. It's going to be a pretty cool shindig there in Orlando WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah, and it's not like you said. I mean, it's not very often that the four of you get together just amongst the four of you. So I can't imagine that fans are going to have all that many opportunities to meet all you guys at the same time.
Yeah, well, again, we hope they do. It'll be an unbelievably fun evening, that's for sure.